In my last lecture in Malaysia, nearly a dozen students rushed to the stage. When they saw me, one said, "Teacher Zhou, I am so grateful to you." A young man from Taiwan said, "My parents worked hard all their lives in Taipei but could never afford to buy a house." During the pandemic, I listened to your online audio for 2 full years, which helped me transform from someone who had nothing and couldn't even find a job to starting my own business by learning your financial knowledge. This year, I just bought a property in Taipei worth 25 million TWD. Then, a student from Malaysia excitedly rushed to the stage and said, "Teacher Zhou, do you know, during the pandemic, my store went bankrupt, and I was in great pain. My wife wanted to divorce me, and my life entered its darkest moment. During my most painful time, I came across your video online. It was you who helped me stand up again. Your words saved me. Now, I have resolved the conflicts between my wife and me. I realized that the problem was not hers, but mine. Now our marital relationship is much better."
That's great. Our business is back on track, and I am especially grateful to you. So today, I want to ask if there are any students here who, even if you may not have attended Teacher Zhou's offline classes, have achieved results by watching his videos online, whether on Himalaya, our Huaibo Learning Hall, the Liu Liu Book Club, or on Douyin and Kuaishou. Please raise your hand if you have.
All right, let's invite 5 students to come up and share, shall we? It's really about those who have achieved results. Let's give a round of applause for those who have truly obtained results through online learning with Teacher Zhou's audio and video courses. Please share what results you have achieved and how you achieved them. Good morning, dear family members. Good morning, good morning. I am from Wuxi, Jiangsu, and this time, Since last year, I started watching Teacher Zhou and Teacher Yang Yunlan's videos. In the videos, I learned about the love between them. Teacher Yang Yunlan's greatest love for Teacher Zhou is her belief in him, which is the essence of their teachings. In my family, I applied what I learned to my relationship with my husband. While we manage our own business, I realized that all the problems were my husband's. I thought I was exceptional and couldn't see my own issues, feeling that everything was my husband's fault. But in reality, he has been making efforts. However, through Teacher Zhao's words, I learned that I must think from another's perspective and change my mindset to change my life. Our marital relationship is changing, and our child is also changing. Our child used to be very disobedient and difficult to manage, which made me extremely anxious. I didn't know how to handle it. This time, from March 2nd to 5th, I attended Teacher Yang Yulan's event and learned a lot. I mentioned that my husband didn't come last time, but this time,
When I returned home, my husband said to me, "You did well in this class. You didn't scold me this time." I said, "So it's not just your husband who has changed, or the child who has changed. It's me who has changed, and the child has also changed, Teacher Zhou."
Then regarding my children, my eldest son is 17 years old, and my youngest son is 8. I said, this time I want to learn. Come on, answer my question. Who has changed in their family? It's you who has changed. I am the root of all problems. Love is the answer to all problems. When you change, the whole world changes. Those who want to change the world are. Those who want to change themselves are divine, because others are merely projections of your consciousness. When you become very compassionate, when you become very kind, when you understand love deeply, you will find that your husband, your wife, your children, your parents, and everyone you know will change because of you. You are the source of projection in this world. Let's give a round of applause to encourage this. Good. Hello, Teacher Zhou. Hello, classmates. I am from Anhui, and I consider myself half a fellow townsman of Teacher Zhou. For more than 30 years of my life, I have been living in a state of complaint. My family is not good, my husband is not good, my child is not good, and I even look down on myself. One day, when I was angry with my husband, I ended up with a finger that required 6 stitches as a consequence. So I woke up. I really listen to the teacher every day. Listening to the audio as I fall asleep brings me a little comfort. From childhood to 30, today I am 34 years old, born in 1991, and I feel lost and anxious every day. I have felt this way since childhood until now. However, on March 1st, I attended a happiness seminar by Teacher Yang. I didn't expect to come today. When I participated in the happiness seminar, my husband was still with me, and my mother, brother, and younger brother were all against it. I said I was determined because I am from a rural area, born in 1991, and had never been out before. Now I have stepped out and followed the teacher. I have taken my first step. Going out to learn from a master is my gain, and I have changed as well. After this, my husband said that next time he wants to influence my family, and he fully supports me. In just half a month. Wow, it's amazing. Let's give a round of applause to encourage this. Earlier, he mentioned that he lived in complaints, blame, and pain over 30 years ago, saying that this is not good, that is not good, and everything is not good, which certainly won't be good, because everything in the universe is made up of energy. Wansong opened an energy level chart, stating that everything in the world is made up of energy. The energy in this world is divided into two types. The first is called positive energy, and the second is called negative energy. When your emotions are characterized by inferiority, introversion, pain, and entanglement, and you are complaining, which energy are you living in? Negative energy. If you live in negative energy, you will attract more people and things that make you feel negative into your life. The first law of the universe is resonance at the same frequency. The energy you are in will attract people of the same energy. Some people go out and see gods, see Buddhas, see Jesus, see Jehovah, while others go out and see ghosts. Do you know why?
Because you are the ghost, because you have ghosts in your heart. So, are you living in the dimension of positive energy or in the dimension of negative energy? Before he started learning, he lived every day in complaints, blame, and pain, which is like living in hell.
Through learning, I am now happy every day. I feel very, very good every day. And I am very joyful. At this moment, he is living in heaven. Let me give you an example. Is there a war in Ukraine? So many people have died in the war in Ukraine, but do you know that there are 2 couples in Ukraine who listened to my class online? The wife suffered from depression, and the whole family came to listen to my course. After listening to my class, I cured his depression. After he was cured, I told him that they had spent a year and a half listening to my lectures late, and they wanted to go back. I said, don't go back, because I saw on the news that Russia has amassed 1 million troops at the Ukrainian border. He said, let me tell you, I have lived in Ukraine for over 20 years, and there have been troops stationed for over 10 years. Nothing will happen.
I said I wanted to go back, and I told him not to go back. I said, how about this? If nothing happens in 6 months, you can go back. Less than a month later, war broke out, and his family lived in Kiev. Many people he knew became refugees. Countless people died in the chaos, while he and his family were living safely in China.
Come on, let me tell you, I still say this. At this moment, some people are dying in the chaos of war, but are there still people living carefree? Why? Because we are not living in the same world? So, don't watch videos about northern Myanmar too often. Originally, there was nothing wrong, but after watching too much, a friend really said, come to Yunnan for tourism. And when you wake up after drinking water, you'll find yourself in northern Myanmar in a scam park. You know, there is some negative energy. Just knowing is enough. You don't need to delve into it. Because you might encounter such things. Is this positive energy? It's an energy connection. Let's take an example, everyone. Raise your hand if you're afraid of ghosts. Why are you afraid of ghosts? Isn't it because you watched horror movies when you were a child? If you had never watched horror movies as a child, would you be afraid of ghosts? You wouldn't know what a ghost is, yet you'd still be afraid, right?
So, should we let children watch negative news, talk about negative things, and watch negative movies? We need to maintain positive energy every day. How do we maintain positive energy? By being with positive people, watching positive movies, listening to positive music, and connecting with positive energy every day, right? You can spend half an hour each day listening to familiar content on Himalaya, and every morning when you wake up, listen to it. It's great, right? If you often come to class when you have nothing to do, just see what happens to your life in 2 years.
Don't watch. Block all negative energy. Stay away from negative energy. It's called cherishing life. Staying away from negative energy. Do you understand?
Because negative energy will manifest. Negative people and things will cause your soul level to spiral downward, while positive energy will manifest. Positive people and things will cause your soul level to spiral upward. Remember, the only purpose of coming to this world is to elevate your soul level, to ensure that when you leave, your soul level is a bit higher than when you arrive.